I want my sons to have the heart my younger brothers had.
Beulah Koale.
I'm a man of faith. I'm a husband. I'm a father. That is all, bro. 2025, I just went through some stuff that was just dark. The only people that were there initially was my wife. I need the chip on my shoulder because I need people to throw wood in the fire. And if no one's throwing wood in the fire, I'm making up pieces of wood and I'm throwing it in there because the fire needs to go. It was crazy because my career was going up. Boom. Beulah in Hollywood and America was killing it. Life-wise, I was going the exact gradient, but the opposite way, down. Every year, every week, every month, I just get a normal job. I refuse. Like, my greatest fear is lying on my deathbed.
Brother, the first time you hopped on a Hollywood set, did you feel like you belonged there?
My first job was thank you for your service. I'll tell you a story.
When your kids grow up, for whatever reason they decide to listen or watch this conversation, what is the one thing you'd want them to take away from their father's story?
What is one thing I want my kids to think about? You got me a gun. Tell me, bastard.
If I could have one moment of your time. Most of you guys listening or watching do not subscribe to the channel. The simple and easiest way to help and support us is to subscribe. It helps us get the guests that you guys want, and it gives us a more opportunity to grow this thing to where we want to take it. Thank you so much. Enjoy the episode. Kia ora.
Beulah Koale, welcome to the Martin Show, brother.
What's up, brother? Thank you for having me.
Nah, let's go. Beulah, what do you think we need to know about you in order to understand more of the man that sits opposite me today?
It's crazy, yeah, because I was driving into it and I was like, Beulah, what are you ready to reveal today? You know, because it's, you know, my heart works in defense. What do people need to know about me? I don't know. I guard my heart, and I was just hoping that I would just come here and I'll have a listen to you, have a listen to your heart, and see what my heart's ready to reveal. In terms of what I want people to see me as, or who I am, or who I define myself as, I'm a man of faith. I'm a husband. I'm a father. That is all, bro. Everything else comes, you know, after that. But for 2026, Jan 1st, I sat there and I made a real strong decision. I was just like, I'm picking my wife and my kids this year. And I've always said that, and I've always had that as a compass in my life. But this year, like, I've just cut heaps of things. I've cut heaps of people. Not because they're bad. I was just like, I'm just going to try and pick them and not make my wife happy. Just show her I fucking love her just through my actions. 2025 was a tough year for me, and my wife saved me, and my brothers and my sister, my family. And I was just like, this year I'm just going to pick my wife and my kids and my family and followers. Yeah, so.
Was there anything that contributed mainly to that shift? Like, why? What was that shift in mind? Like, nah, this year?
Yeah, well, you know, definitely new year, Jan 1st, and 2025, I just went through some stuff that was just dark, and I was just like, okay, the only people that were there initially was my wife, my wife and my little brothers. They saved me. So I was like, Jan 1st, come on, bro. I started making steps and trying to better myself for them in 2025, and then Jan 1st, I was just said, fuck it. I'm throwing everything in the bin. I'm starting again. And I'm just picking my wife, my kids, my family, God at the front, but that is all. And then hopefully all the acting and all the other stuff comes in from there. And bro, Jan 2nd, job. Jan 3rd, another job. You know, just like when you start making decisions and you start going back to kind of how I used to be, I was like, yeah, too many people on your shoulders, B. Too many people on my shoulders, so yeah.
Yeah, back to how it used to be. Let's go there, back to, I guess, early life. Young Beulah. What was he like?
Bro, proud South Auckland hard kid. Still fucking proud South Auckland. Man. He was actually really quiet, man. quiet, shy, timid, loved sport, loved school, but just was really competitive. Still am. Like super, super competitive. Will make anything and everything a competition. Like I was a nerd in school, debating group. Like I was the debating group champion for like school things and just like a scholar in school. And then sports-wise, I was just any sport that I'd done, except for basketball, I'm terrible at sport. Anything with a rugby ball, pretty much, I was like pretty good at. And and I just always wanted to win. If there was no way to win, I'd always make like secrets in my head. All right, you got to get more awards than that person. Just to make it a competition, you know? Just like, bro, I hated like academics and science and that, but I needed to destroy my mates and be like, I need to show him I can get more awards than him. But yeah, just always super competitive.
Yeah, and you said even off camera, I've always loved dark.
Yeah, bro, I love dark. I mean that. Did I come from a dark childhood? I mean, you know, we come from Southside and I feel like I had a great childhood, bro. You don't know you're poor. You know, it's not till you see the rest of the world that you realize, oh shit, that was pretty bad. But they think it's bad, but I didn't know when I was a kid it was bad. But yeah, bro, I love dancing in the dark in terms of my headspace and where I take myself. In terms of training, I love like pushing till you're right on the edge. In terms of work, I love preparing for roles that require it. Right to the edge, you know, like it's only 100%. My downfall is that I don't know how to get out of it. I'm still working on that. And one of my brothers, Tikoi, he goes, B, your thing is that you just go all in. And I was like, yeah, but you have no out. I was like, bro, I don't make an out. Like I literally do not make an exit. I just go in and whatever happens to me after that show is finished or whatever happens to my psyche or whatever, that's what happens. You know, but, you know, and it's messed me up a lot of times and the people around me have felt the brunt of it. But I feel like that is what was required for that job. And I'm still trying to work out how to make the exits now. I want to do that. And I don't want to be the same guy that doesn't have exits. So, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Oh, now we'll talk a bit more about craft soon, but staying on South Auckland, proud South Aucklander, what would you say, because there'll be many, what would you say was the number one lesson that you've been able to take away from being raised in Orotara?
Bro, like the hustle. I guess the mentality of the hustle. And that's, I'm like, you had to hustle for everything, bro. Like whether it was stealing food for lunch or going to school and killing it because you needed to stay there longer because no one was at home. So you just needed to do like academic stuff or just knowing that like there was no food. So I was the king of got a dollar. Me and my boys had a little crew where we used to go around all week and just collect the dollar and then come together on Fridays and then put our money together and have get one of the deans to buy us a mean feed. You know, that was a reward, but just the hustle. Mentality of it. I was great at school, but the biggest thing I learned from school was just like, it wasn't how great you were academic. And this is what I try and teach my kids, or how great you were at sports or all of this. But it's like, make sure you leave school knowing how to work hard. Like just grind it out. Like, yeah, no one's going to learn that pie formula that you're not going to use it outside of school. But what you are going to do, if you do learn it and if you do try hard at it, is you're going to learn work ethic. And that's the biggest thing I learned from Southside is just work ethic. If you didn't want to work hard, then you'll probably end up, you know, being a victim of the environment. And I refuse to be a victim. Outside, now that I'm older and I look back, bro, I envy that. Hey, I miss it. I miss Southside, and I always, no matter where I go in the world, I just go, I'm so grateful for that, man, because it just taught me so much about who I am as a person. And I know that everything that I use for my craft or everything I use for my life, I got it because I'm from South Auckland. You know, like I used to say, I'm going to make it and get an Oscar and do all of this stuff, even though I'm from South Auckland. And one of my teachers told me, he goes, B, what if you said, because you're from South Auckland, you are going to, I was just like, oh yeah, bro. Just that one little switch goes, because I come from hardship, because I'm from this area where it's full of Polynesian, Māori, food, culture, song, music, dance. I am who I am. I'm great because of that. Like I'm unstoppable because of that. So yeah.
There's a lot of pride
Bro.
you. There's a lot of pride.
Yeah, bro. I'm prideful of my people.
In South Auckland.
Yep.
There's also a lot of stereotypes.
Yeah.
Did you ever let that affect you?
Nah, bro. And I mean, those stereotypes are there too, you know? And like, but people just look at the stereotypes. You don't see the beauty. And then when you go inside the stereotypes, or when you go inside the gangs, or you go meet, bro, like those are my boys. You know, a lot of them are still in there and they got good hearts. Sure, the lifestyle they choose is different from what I want, but like everyone's lifestyle is different. You know, people join gangs for community because they don't have family, because they need a brotherhood around them to make them feel safe, because they don't have that at home. You know, a lot of my boys are in there, but they're good people. We just need direction, and a lot of them, especially the older guys, are always all trying to lead the kids away from it, because they know what it's like to be in that lifestyle. And bro, at the end of the day, there's a freaking human opposite you, bro. And I'm so thankful for, I guess, the stereotypes and all of that, because I embraced it. I lean into that. I'm like, yeah, bro, I talk like this. I walk like this, and I'm proud like this. And my kids and that listen to this type of music or eat food a certain way because I am that. So it's just like, hell yeah, I'm Southside. Hell yeah, I talk like this. You know, that's my superpower. And in America, bro, they're like, who the hell are you? I'm like, bro, this, what you think is special, this is Southside, bro.
Wow.
So yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Was there young Beulah, still competitive now, wanted to do everything, loves dark? Was there were you carrying a chip on your shoulder from a young age?
Yeah, I guess so, bro. Like, I didn't realize that until you become older and you start to realize, why is that kid doing that? Or why did I make those decisions? And I'm the eldest of 6. So there's 4 brothers, 1 sister. And yeah, bro, I always as the eldest, you always get burnt first. You know, you're the first one to get burnt, and then everyone else gets burnt less. And the further down the line you are, you like my baby brother, bro, he gets to tickle. You know, you get to tickle now. But every now and then we had to remind them, hey, you get a tickle, okay? We had it tough, but this is a different journey. But yeah, bro, I had a chip on my shoulder. I just always wanted to prove. I was always small, still am. For an islander, bro, I'm a small islander, you know? I'm 5'9", but 5'10" for my auditions. You know how it is, G.
And the slate team.
Yeah. And then they're like, if the brief is, we need a 6-foot guy. I'm 6'1".
Oh, shit.
Nah, bro. So I always had that chip on my shoulder just to prove everyone wrong. So I guess that was there too, but yeah, man, I guess I still have a chip on my shoulder, bro. Like, I need the chip on my shoulder, because it's, without it, I don't know how to, I need people to throw wood in the fire. And if no one's throwing wood in the fire, I'm making up pieces of wood and I'm throwing it in there because the fire needs to go, you know?
Did you have many positive role models to look up to as a young boy?
Nah. I mean, I love my childhood and I had role models when I was younger. But then I found out they were all terrible, you know, as I got older. But I was robbing houses at 11 years old, you know. My cousin was taking me out, pretending to take me to Auckland Blues games, but really he was just helping. And he needed me because I was small enough to open doors, climb windows, to rob houses and do all of this stuff. So I tell my wife some of the stories and she just doesn't believe me sometimes because it just sounds not real. And I go, yeah, I guess that would sound not real. Like, my wife is from the shore and has a great family who love her. And yeah, but it was just totally different worlds, bro. And especially my male role models, my father or my cousins, uncles, terrible. Absolutely. And some of them might listen to it. you guys are freaking terrible. But it doesn't mean I don't love them. They're just terrible role models. They're not who I would want my kids to ever be around or hang around. And I refuse to, some of those cousins or uncles, when they go near my kids, I show them the darkness, bro.
Yeah, brother.
Don't you go near my babies. I will destroy you.
Wow.
So yeah.
Did you have a positive relationship with your old man?
Bro, he was my hero. My father was my hero. Like, I've done everything for him up until I was 22. Then I cracked it into the States and done the Thank You For Your Service movie and come back, and my father was gone. Oh no, just before I left, he'd left. He just went to work one day and didn't come back. And he had an affair with another lady and took off to Australia and left the whole family of 6 and my mom with a mortgage. And I was just sitting there trying to figure out, me and my brother under me trying to figure out why? Bro, this guy was Superman. Then one day, like, imagine having Superman and then one day waking up and he's not Superman. He was the evil villain the whole time. Then you question everything. You question life. You question everything that you've been taught. You question who you are because you modeled everything. And then you're just hearing things about this guy that you looked up to and go, man, that is not who I used to look up to. But yeah.
What did that, I guess it's betrayal, right? Betrayal, it's almost like an absence.
Oh, bro, that destroyed me.
What did it teach you?
For the first couple of years, bro, it taught me nothing. I was just dark, bro. It was crazy because my career was going up. Boom. Beulah in Hollywood and America was killing it. But life-wise, I was going the exact gradient, but the opposite way, down. Because, you know, my heart had been broken. I watched my mom's heart break. I know what a broken heart looks like. You know, when you just go, I know exactly what a broken heart looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, because it was that visceral. Yeah, it didn't teach me a lot in the first couple of years, but I'm starting to, it's with me all the time. You can't deny it, you know. It's just learning to manage and use that pain to transform it into something positive, hopefully. And I've used it, bro. I've used it to charge my family forward and be a new, not father, but just like have a good role model in my family that my brothers can look up to and my sister can, and just someone that they can follow. I've learned that I try to be a dad for many years, and I was great at that. But then it got to the age where my brothers were men and they needed to be their own men, and I was still trying to be their dad. Then I was getting humbled because they were just like, bro, shut the hell up. You know, I'm my own man. I just go, oh, shucks, yeah, I'm not your dad. You know, and then it took my sister-in-law telling me, B, you don't need to just be an older brother. And broke, and I was like, holy crap. That broke my heart in a great way because it's just going, yeah, I've never looked at myself as an older brother properly to my siblings because I've always just assumed that I should take the title of the father of the house. But me and my brothers, bro, we're tight as, and like we're a vibe when we together, bro. Like people should pay us to come to their parties to like, because we're like an explosive TNT bomb, bro. And we're just fun. And if anything, bro, I'm just proud of them because they're like, I want my sons to have the heart my younger brothers have, you know, because my heart's dark, you know, because I get burnt first. I go through everything first. And my younger brother under me, the second, he's similar to me. We got the scars where the other brothers got sheltered from that. And they have beautiful hearts, bro. And I want my kids to have their heart. I want a heart like theirs, but I can't. My heart has scars. You know, if I was to try to pretend to be like my brothers, I feel like it would be me lying. So, yeah, I'm so proud of my brothers, bro. Like, fuck, they're amazing, bro. Like, and my sister too, like they're just, yeah, I get so proud when I talk about them. Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, I got to be a part of that, you know?
Do you remember that feeling of when your sister said to you, like, just be an older brother, because we just spoke about this? That's a recent realization for myself. It's actually,
same.
it shocks me, bro, hearing you say this, because I fully hear you and I feel you and I experiencing it in real time. And it has probably been one of the hardest things to go through, because you have so much love and attachment, and you almost feel like it's a responsibility as the older sibling / father, if you wish. But I guess, like, how have you come to being able to let them be their own man and sort of not walk away from it, but detach from it and release?
Yeah, it's crazy because I know all the answers to the book, bro. You know, like I've talked about this for years and talked about vulnerability and me and my siblings, like compared to most of our family and our family, like we talk heaps. We talk about our feelings. We're tight because we're vulnerable but even though I know all the answers to the book, don't mean I have the answers, you know? It's because like I thought I had it all and then boom, that just happened recently and I got smacked in the face and be like, but that's life. Reminded that, bro, chill, you know? And it was just like, oh, I thought I had all the answers. And they're like, nah, oh, okay. So this thing, I've told myself, this thing's going to happen for the rest of my life, you know? You think you have the answers, but be wary and sensitive that people change or situations change or relationships change in a good or bad way. This is a great way. And bro, it just meant it's that simple, bro. I just dropped my ego and I stepped back. Hurt. You know, bro, what hurt more, that didn't hurt, detaching myself. It hurt seeing my brother hurt because I'd hurt my brother without knowing that I'd been hurting him in terms of like how I was treating him. And I thought we were all good, you know? And I was just like, oh man. So it really hurt me not knowing that I was hurting my brother and he'd been hiding something from me or from, you know, us or discovering something. So yeah, I just dropped my ego, step back because I love my family like no other, bro, that I'll do anything for them. If it means, lose your role as the dad, hell yeah, bro, I'm sprinting. I'm your brother now, you know? So it's been mean.
Do you think that experience of being the older sibling / the father and your dad leaving like that, do you think that experience has made you harder or softer?
Definitely hard. Yeah, definitely hard. I'm trying to find the soft. Yeah. Always looking for the soft. Bits of me have gone softer now in terms of like with my wife and my kids and just how I operate. But I feel like I'm naturally like pretty hard. A nice person, like, but just or maybe hard's not the right word, like defensive. You know, we know this. Like I'm defensive. I'm always in fight or flight mode and I'm always on defense and I'm always weary. But finding softness for the people I love. I have a quote that I say, and it's a terrible quote, terrible analogy, but it's kind of how my heart works is I love who I love and I hate everyone else, you know? And I shouldn't hate everyone else and I don't actually hate everyone else, but that quote to me just tells me, have your circle really small and just love them and protect them. And that's where I want my softness to go. You know, they deserve the version of Beulah that I'm chasing. You know, the rest of the world, you go out there, you be a good person and you do what you need to do, but they don't need to see that. They don't need that, you know. Only my wife and my kids, they need that. My kids, they need to see that. So, yeah.
Wow. My final question on this, do you look at that darkness as a blessing?
Hell yeah, bro. It's my superpower, you know. Like, well, then if I didn't use that as my superpower, I'd just go back to the dark, like yucky stuff. And I was back in that hole that I know that everyone in the world goes to, you know. So you can only use it for good. And I'm not saying that I've always used it for good. Like I've been victim to the darkness because you're right on the edge there, you know. You're teetering the line of You can fall the bad way or the good way. And I always teetered the line. And last year I had one of those years where it was kind of like, I'm teetering the wrong way a little bit. But thank God, thank my wife, and thank my brothers that, we're good.
Wow. And you've been able to transmute that darkness, even that lightness, that softness into an avenue which I guess flourishes it in the art of acting.
Oh, yeah,
right? So started with massive theatre.
Yeah.
I know. Shout out to Sam Scott. Beautiful wahine.
That's my sensei.
Yo. Beulah, when did, I guess, acting stop becoming a dream for you and started becoming more of like maybe a responsibility and like, oh, this is my thing?
Yeah. I started when I was 15, but I didn't take it seriously till I was 21. And it wasn't until I made this show called The Brave with Massive Theatre Company. And it was about 8 men just being ourselves, and we all wrote letters to someone significant. Some of the boys wrote it to their dad, their fathers, their younger self. Scotty Cotter wrote it to his grandmother. Beautiful. He's my captain as well, like just who I look at for guidance. And then I wrote it to my future self. I wrote it to Beulah in the future. And I wanted to be a good person. I wanted to be an actor / personal trainer. I wanted to be the Denzel Washington of New Zealand. And if I couldn't do that, I wanted to, Cliff Curtis would do. And then I wanted to be, the type of woman I wanted to find was a woman whose heart, soul, and spirit were beautiful. Then her eyes had the windows to her soul. Yes. And then I wanted to always watch Lion King and never become an adult, because adults are just kids who know who know more things. So all these things, even career-wise, I ticked it off. Ticked it off by the age of 27. So yeah, and then I was just like, damn, I really done that. And that list that I wrote myself when I was 21 was impossible, especially career-wise, especially wife-wise as well. Like I never thought I'd find a woman, bro. I was too scared to talk to girls, and the type of man I wanted to be. But yeah, we done it. So that was when I took acting seriously from 21. I made this promise to myself, and without knowing it, I manifested something, Before manifestation was a word out there in the world, It was, and that was when I done it.
Has there been any moments along that journey where you felt like you've wanted to quit?
Oh, bro, all the time. Yeah, I mean, every year, every week, every month, you're going, bro, just get a normal job. You just quit and just give a normal job. I refuse. Like my greatest fear is lying on my deathbed and saying, what if? That is my great up there. So I have a couple of great fears. It's that one, and my kids in the future saying, why didn't dad teach us our language? That's another one, So, I never want to. So every time I go to make a decision, and it's a life-changing one, like give this up or get a job, I just think about my deathbed, when my family's hopefully standing around me and I'm about to take that last breath. I do not want to be like, oh, what if? It's too late, gone. Go meet your maker. Wow. I just want to make sure that I stood 10 toes down on chasing a dream.
You, bro, because you have to give credit where credit's due. And I don't think people, I got to give you your flowers here as well, brother. Like, there aren't too many New Zealanders, New Zealand actors that have been able to achieve what you've achieved, bro. And it is obviously inspiring as another young actor looking up, but just for yourself, cuz, like, as you say, 21 having this impossible sort of list and being able to achieve it at 27, it's a testament, obviously, to that darkness that you've been able to just keep pushing through. And I think it also, bro, for you, is this idea of not staying comfortable, being on a show for, you could have stayed on Shorty for however long you wanted, bro. Hawaii 5-0, same thing, it's... What what is that? Is that something for you as well? Or does it relate to what you're talking about the deathbed situation? Always wanting to look for more. What else can I do? What else is there? I don't want to be comfortable.
Yeah, I want to be great. Like that's, bro, it's that simple. Like I want to be the greatest version of myself in terms of, and we're talking about career-wise, yeah. And that's like, so when I do shows or when I do things, like as soon as I'm comfortable, I usually try to get out of there as quick as I can, because, and in a respectful manner too, you know, in an honorable manner. Like honor is massive for me and respect. So try and leave there as fast as I can, just because I want to go get scared again. And it's a terrible thing to do, because getting scared sucks, bro. It's a terrible feeling being uncomfortable, you know, going out into the dark again, trying to set a new path. Being the tip of the spear sucks, bro. And I feel like I'm that for not just my people, but my family, but my people as well. You know, no, it's a lonely job, G. It's a lonely job out there at the top trying to break. But I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it. They will benefit from this. My people will benefit from me being brave enough to go out there, and others being brave enough to go out there, not just me. I hope that others get inspired to go out and be a tip of the spear for whoever and wherever. But yeah, I want to be great. It's that simple, bro. For myself, and I want to never leave a stone unturned, and I want others to be great. You know, I'm not going to carry them. They got to figure it out themselves, but I got to go do my thing and show them that, hey, there's a Samoan kid from Otara that's doing it. You can do it too. Are you a Polynesian from Otara or from a low-income background? And you can do it too, but it's a lonely journey. Yeah.
Brother, you literally quoted that Samoan kid from New Zealand who ain't afraid to take a shot.
Yeah, bro. I'm not afraid, brother. Yeah.
Brother, the first time you hopped on a Hollywood set, did you feel like you belonged there?
Nah, 1,000,000%, nah, never. The first time I was on, my first job was Thank You for Your Service. I'll tell you a story I haven't told. I went over there with, I think it was like $8 in my bank account, and I jumped on a plane. I landed in Atlanta, and I had to get there earlier than everyone else because there was a racist guy in the US consulate here in Britain that denied me my O1 visa, and then he ended up getting fired. Long story, he got fired because he had no grounds to deny me. So I had to land there early and get to Canada and get my visa there. But I was there before everyone, and I only had $8 in my bank account. And there's a young Beulah, 23 years old. His biggest fear is asking for help. And my child has this. I say this. One of my twins has this. He's terrible at asking for help, and it's from me. I know that. I was there for about 3 days before anyone turned up, and I was in this big flash hotel, had no money. I was like, I don't know how to get food. I don't know how I'm going to eat. But I'm in this hotel, there's no buffet or anything. And I just went down to the gym, and I showed they had green apples on the front desk. So I went down to the gym for 3 days nonstop, 3 times a day, and just ate green apples until someone turned. And then on the third day, like I was feeling sick, bro, because I had training nonstop, prepping for this movie, the biggest movie I've ever done. And I walked to the front desk, and there's this black woman there, and I begged her, and I was trying to not sound crazy, but hey, my name is Beulah Koale. I'm doing this movie called Thank You for Your Service with Miles Teller. I have no money on me, but I'm freaking starving. I've been eating apples for 3 days, and can I order some food and I'll pay you back later? And she goes, sweetheart, you could have eaten food the whole time. DreamWorks, it's on DreamWorks. And that just like, I cried, bro. Ran upstairs, ordered everything on the menu. Years later, I realized, bro, you just don't know how to ask for help, bro. And that's still me now, you know? I'm terrible at asking for help, even for auditions or needing someone to read for me. And I think that's connected down to definitely who I am as a person and maybe childhood stuff. But like, that was my first time in Hollywood, bro. And then they found out later on because then we done this 5-day boot camp with Navy SEALs, 22 hours awake, 2 hours of sleep. and I was with Miles Teller and all these other Scott Hayes, all these other big time actors, and it was perfect because they drilled us for 5 days, 22 hours, 2 days, and no one was no one. So, bro, I destroyed that boot camp, carried those boys, me and Miles, and proved to, like, earned their respect the way that I was, the only way I knew, just hard work, grit, and letting them know that I'm going to carry you to the end, because they've seen sides of me that no one in the world will ever see, and probably I didn't know was there, and I've seen sides of them just that the world will never see because they broke us. But I can attest that I was the man in that boot camp, bro. I was the actual man, bro. I was just like, and it brought something out. It made me believe in myself even more. Because then after that, bro, the Hollywood thing disappeared because I was just like, bro. When we got to set and all the boys who, were in the acting world, I was like, I'm fine, bro. Like, I've earned your respect. If I need help, I ask you for help. But I've seen you in your darkest spot and I picked you up, and vice versa. So, after that, I felt very comfortable there, bro. Yeah.
Brother, I feel like it's very common for a lot of men. Like I'm very similar to you of struggling to ask for help.
The worst.
What are ways that, are you better at it now, do you feel?
Nah.
Wow.
Well, I think I'm better a little bit more, now, but just like, even like a simple need someone to read for me for an audition, bro. I like struggle. They don't want to help me, bro. Just that voice is there. Just go, then you got to go out of their time. Then you got to waste too much of their day. And it's just like, bro, it's going to take an hour. Just, but yeah, I still struggle with it, Yeah.
It's like, you don't want to be a burden, right?
That's my biggest thing, but you hit it on the head, bro. I never want to burden anyone. Yeah. I don't know where that's from. I think about that. Yeah, I just never wanted to burden anyone. I've never thought of it like that. Right? It's so simple too, yeah. I never want to be a burden. But I will carry heaps of burdens. But you never want to be one, eh?
Yeah, because it's like an experience that I've felt recently, which relates to this, and it's, I reckon, one of the lowest sort of feelings that a man can feel is like shame.
Oof.
And it doesn't have to be a big thing like to ask, even the slight bit of, bro, you want to read for me?
Yeah.
You still feel like, I don't know what it is, cuz, but this idea of shame is a low frequency feeling, bro. It's a horrible feeling.
I actually don't know, bro. So
yeah.
I'm with you on that one. I don't know where that comes from. And I know there's many people who can help me. But it's still, when you're in it, well, I guess that translates to anything else. Like, all right, not audition tapes, like actually asking for help when I'm down. I know there's many people out there in the world that would help me, but you still don't. I have brothers right now going through stuff and they didn't think that they had me on their side. I was like, oh, yeah, of course, but I don't know what that is, bro. And that's the problem with our world and our country at the moment, especially with men. Don't have no answer to it. All I can say is that I have all the answers to the book, but I still choose not to use the freaking answer, bro. And I don't know where that comes from. Hey,
that's crazy.
I know the answer. I know I can reach out for help, but there's something in me that just struggles to say, help.
Wow. It's so true, cuz. It's so true. And I don't know the answer to normalize it more because I don't know how to do it myself. But I know the answer in the book as well.
I know I'll help anyone and everyone that I love.
Prefer that.
I would, yeah, bro. I'll do that easy, but
I think for me personally, correct me if you think it's a different feeling for you, but it's like an element of, I don't like seeing or other people to see me weak, and it's not, I think weak and vulnerable are different things, but
maybe.
Weak, you know what I mean? And when you're asking for help like that,
you might be onto something there, bro.
For me anyway. It's like,
I think that too.
And it correlates to the ego and it correlates to all these early things of the darkness. I've been leading us. Don't you see me weak? You know what I mean? It's probably your ego thinking that.
It is ego, bro. Thinking that.
You're deconstructing this for me right now, Cass.
Yeah, live, like even like paying for food or stuff. Like, just, no, I got this. That's ego. You know, when your brothers, and it's just like, bro, just split it, do this. It's like, oh, bro, just split it, G. But my ego, yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, like we're doing that live, brother.
Yeah, brother.
We're having a therapy session live,
right
G.
here, right now.
Yeah.
Brother, what you just mentioned Hollywood. What is Hollywood as glamorized as what they say?
I mean, it's glamorous, it's beautiful, and it's the work is everything you want it to be. I'll tell you another story. I was at this thing called the Governor's Award. And the Governor's Awards is where everyone who hasn't gotten an Oscar but deserves to get an Oscar goes to get an Oscar. Like your Jackie Chan, your Tom Cruise. He done a great speech last year. We got everyone to stand up. That's the Governor's Award. So everyone who is everyone is pretty much an Oscar because they hand in our Oscars is there. And I was there with Thank You For Your Service with Miles Teller, my bro Jason Hall, who wrote the film and directed the film. And I remember sitting in the back corner, like there was this moment where they stopped airing what was on TV and they stopped the cameras and they go, all right, everyone get up and do the networking bit. And then everyone's trying to network, and that was the bit I hated. And they were trying to push me for awards and doing this, but you needed to go talk to people, the who's who. And I hated that. Like, I hated it because it just wasn't in me to go out there and try and parade myself around like a trophy. And my boys, my publicity, they were grabbing my hand, telling me, go meet this person, do this. And I was doing it, but in my gut, I hated it. It just felt so fake to me. Like it just felt superficial. It felt like these are all my heroes. Everyone here are my heroes who I look up to. And I sat there after doing the networking thing, sit down, and I was just like, it was like almost like a freeze frame moment going, is this the end? Like, is this where you want to finish? Is this the end goal? Like, you want to go up there and get that award that person got for all of this? And I just like, I remember afterwards going in and out, sitting there just like freeze frame going, that's the end. I don't want it. I don't want that. Like, that's my, but that was because I was chasing a trophy. I was chasing notoriety. I was chasing, you know, the thing that every actor wants to be. And it took me a couple of months to realize, nah, I'm going to change my goals. My goal is to represent myself and my family as best as I can and fly the flag for my people. And that's Samoans, that's Polynesians, that's our stories. And not just tell our stories. Like, I want to tell everyone's stories, you know, and I want them to know that Polynesians can play the white guy too, you know, just as good, you know, and change that narrative. I don't want you to make me a brown Samoan Polynesian character. I want you to write a male, and the best male wins, you know, the best, you know. So, and supposedly enough, it's always B. It's always me, you know. So, and that gave me a new why. It gave me okay, I don't need the awards. I don't need to be around the fakeness. My heart is for my family, for my people, but just go out there and be great and just be yourself. And now my goal won't end when I get an Oscar. Like, this goal that I have now for my people and for myself to be the best version of myself is infinity. You know? It's just like, all right, this is infinite. This you can't crack anything to figure it out. To achieve the goal that you've set for yourself. So this goal is literally impossible. So I'm like, that's a good goal, you know. Try and push it as far as you can before you leave this earth, before God calls you. It's like, yeah.
It's like that's like a new purpose, right? An
Oh,
infinity
bro,
purpose.
yeah. It took me a couple of months to figure that out because I was really like, I'm gonna give up, G. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that fakeness. I don't want the fake smiles or the dresses. Not saying that that's bad. Like, and I can play, now I play a game with that stuff. I'm like, all right, this is part of the game. I don't see it as the thing now. I'm like, this is part of the game. You do this and show up, and you can still be me. I can be me in these spaces instead of trying to be a person that was chasing an award or chasing achievements or chasing notoriety. I can just be Beulah trying to be the best version of himself in these spaces now. So, yeah.
That's a crazy realization, bro.
Oh,
That's
crazy,
massive. It's almost like you want to get maybe not the recognition, but you just want to be yourself and not put on,
literally it.
you know what I mean? You're playing a
Trying to be
character
me.
already in the film, let alone, outside.
Yeah, because you get that, bro. Hollywood's full of that. People playing the game, but not being themselves. And you can sniff it and see it a mile away. I refuse to be that. Yeah, I refuse to be that. And I'm going to always be me, try and have a good head on my shoulders, have good light in my heart, and that's enough. That's enough for people to see,
Would you recommend it to another young New Zealand actor?
Well, I don't recommend it to my kids. My kids want to be it. They want to be in the industry. And my son one of them. I have twin boys, and one of them loves writing and loves stories, and the other one's a pretty good actor, and he doesn't even like it. But who am I to block them? If they want to do it, okay. But their father's going to protect them the whole time. They're in there, I know the game and I know how tough it is. I 100% don't recommend it as a job because it's just tough, man, And you know this. It's a tough industry, bro. Like you have to ask a lot and it requires a lot of yourself to put yourself out there. A lot of no's, yeah, cool. But yeah, if you really want to make something out of this and get to the position where you start making a living off of it, you have to sacrifice so much. But who am I to block my kid from that experience,
What would you say that, there will be a lot here as well, but what would you say acting has taught you about yourself?
Oh, confidence, bro. Like I'm doing what we're doing now, looking you in the eye, talking to you. The first time I walked into a workshop, I remember going, bro, all these kids are looking themselves in the eye. What the hell? That's wrong. That's scraps. From where we're from, it's like, bro, you look me in the eye, we're on, bro. So it's just like confidence, talking, figuring out who I am. I used to use massive theatre company, this group called M&E, to make pieces of theatre. But I used to put all the worst things that were going on in my life and use that, and then just invite my family and be like, and that's how I would talk to them. They would just come and watch the show and be like, bro, that's pretty. Like everyone else would be like, that was amazing. That was so beautiful. And my family's like, gee, what are you telling everyone about our life? And then we'd go home and talk. And I used to do that every couple of months, just like every term, just like start nutting up, bringing out more skeletons. But it felt like a safe space where only family members were invited. And I was just letting out what was in my guts and my heart until I learned to talk. But those, I'm so grateful for those because those taught my family how to talk. We'd go home and talk about it. After a mean scrap, we're like, bro, my dad, why are you telling people about this? And then I'm like, oh, because that's how I feel and all of that stuff. Yeah, it taught me a lot about who I am, bro. And opened my perspective on life, on people. I was a very narrow-minded individual when I was young, and then I got to see the world and be like, bro, you need to chill. You need to chill with, what you think the world is.
There's like a lot of healing in what you're saying as well.
Oh, yeah, bro. Heaps.
Beauty of art. Speaking of, I want to go to, I guess, this idea of in between mahi, like, when you've just come off a job or when you've just done this awards, there's a lot of celebration, there's a lot of validation and attention, all these things. And then when you come back home, maybe sitting on the couch in between mahi, does that ever affect or mess with your own self-worth?
Yeah, well, I speak this last year, 2005, Tina. So we're doing the tour of Tina. Tina, top fourth film ever in New Zealand. Hit everywhere in New Zealand, Australia, Pacific, America. And me and Miki Mangasiva, Anapela Pula, the producer Dan Higgins, the whole team were on a mission to show everyone because it hadn't happened in ages. So we went to all these screenings and traveled to all these beautiful places and met everyone and took a photo of everyone. The mission was give everyone their moment because it's not about us. So that's thousands and thousands of people we took photos of, talked to, let them open their heart out to. Even though we'd seen the film a million times and heard the same story from people experience, but the cost was energy and giving your heart out and energy. Like I'm a big believer in energy, you know? So it's just like, it was just taxing, bro. Like we'd get home and then just be like, what the? I'd be like on a week touring the thing, meeting everyone, talking about stuff and then come home and just refuse to see anyone for 2 weeks. Just lock myself in the house. But be in that space and be like, this is the cost of giving your people the moment, you know? And I made a promise because I dedicated that film to Paul Mangasiva and everything. So I was just like, take me, classic Beulah, take me to the air, Juice. I'm gonna, you know, take me, I'm gonna, you know, I refuse to give in and be like, I'm not gonna do this tour. Because my why was bigger than what I wanted. You know, my why of giving our people their moment, because we never have moments like that in the world, especially globally, was bigger than me needing space. Came at a cost though. The cost is me struggling mentally. But now coming on the other side, worth it, because my people got their moment, you know. Like I said, it's tough being the tip of the spear, brother. Yeah, you know? Wow. It's tough, but the reward is you got hopefully some young people, young kids, they can come up after us, you know, see themselves on screen, see their mom on screen, and just realize that their story of what they're going through in their life is enough. Doesn't need to be epic.
So it's more of like a less of me and more of we.
Yeah. But yeah, that's tough. Like I wouldn't recommend that all the time because I say this with my own advice, and I'm a hypocrite to my own advice. More of you than me than we, you know, because sometimes, I always say, sometimes the doorway to success only fits one person, you know, and I'm a big believer in that you have to be selfish to achieve the things that you wanted to achieve. Last year, I kind of didn't listen to that because I needed that we thing. I needed my people to come up, and it cost me, but it cost me mentally. But this year I'm going back to who I was and just being solo, more me, being selfish with my time, my work ethic, and just focusing on me and my family. Not saying that I'm not thinking about we, but I done that last year. I done heaps of we, and it cost me. Now this year I'm going back to me, and when I go through that door of success, wherever it is, I'll slowly let everyone back through, you know? But right now I just need to do me.
Bro, it's a beautiful reflection, cuz.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of kicking down the doors, you know, you've kicked down many doors. What other doors do you feel like you want to kick down that you haven't yet?
Yeah. It's crazy, yeah, because it's like, yeah, I felt like I was one of the first, especially young Polynesian men that cracked down the network TV thing over there. And I was like, all right, got that leave. You know, got on a big top 5 American show, big DreamWorks movie, kicked down those. Guess the next goal is to start making my own stuff, but make it over there, telling my own stories. But I don't mind going, like, I would love to go back and do like a TV show or do movies in America, but with new things that I've learned now, you know, and try some new things that I've learned, like going back and going, okay, cool. A bit of life has happened now and perspectives have changed, and it's just like, oh, I would love to go back and just have a test of what this new Beulah could do on a set like that now, you know, and make our own stories, of course, but yeah. So those are the doors that I want to kick down now.
Beulah, would you say that you're living the dream? Would you say that you've already lived your dream? Or are you still building towards living the dream?
Well, it's that thing that we just talked about, infinite. Like I'm in the dream, and it's like learning to be like present and reminding myself you're in the dream, B, you know? And the dream isn't always nice, but You want to be in the dream? You got to fight for greatness, and you got to fight for what you want. Or I can go get a normal job. And not saying people with normal jobs, it's just not what I want. I want to achieve the dream, and I don't want to have any regrets when God calls me. So I'm in the dream, bro. I hope to never leave the dream. I hope to always be present in the dream, and I hope it's tough, and I hope when the peaks come, they're great peaks. But I hope to always get humbled too. Like I've been humbled this last maybe couple of years, and it's like I asked for this. I always tell God, I'm like, I asked for this, God. I asked for this. Give it to me. So yeah.
Brother, I hear you, cuz.
Yeah,
I feel you, brother.
yeah.
Very, very recent to humbling experiences. And I'm trying not to look at it like it's a negative.
Nah.
Because you can. I have.
Yeah. Oh, same.
And it's they're not. They're not. Like you put a song on, God is in charge.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's not you, bro. It's not your timing.
Yeah.
But he still don't want you to be lazy. He still wants you to work, He's not, you don't just ask and you get. You gotta work your ass off to do that. People, we make it look easy, make the job look easy, but it's a tough job, bro, because it questions a lot about who you are, and your character gets destroyed nonstop, eh? But yeah.
Have you ever been close to folding? And when I say folding, fully like, nah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Because I've been close.
Oh, I've been close. Last year I was pretty close, I reckon. And it was just for many reasons why I was just going, I don't think I don't want this wear and tear anymore, for my family. But brother, that image of me on the deathbed with my kids standing around me, I was just like, that's none of that worth it, bro. If I don't show my kids, like, their dad done it or their dad just killed it, even though it's like I couldn't live with myself if I just got a normal job and just like, sure, I'm not saying that I wouldn't have a happy life, but I just know there will be a piece of tar on my heart, and I don't want a piece of tar on my heart. I want it to be pure when God calls me, and show my kids that, bro, their dad fought right into the end for everything. And hopefully by the time we get to the end, it's mean, and it's been mean. I'm talking like I've had a terrible life. It's been a mean life, bro.
Yeah.
But when you're chasing greatness, you can never it sucks because you can never be happy with what you have. You're always like, you achieve something next. But that's the cost, bro. That's the cost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this idea, like I'm very intrigued in this idea of, for us, males especially, like not enoughness, like not enough. Pretty much what you're saying. And just trying to find more joy in the process.
Yeah.
Because you can get caught up in...
1,000,000%. I found my joy in my kids, bro. That's literally and that's why my goal is wife, kids this year. That's where I find my joy. My career, that will be classic Beulah, driven, competitive. But I've separated it now. Like my wife and my kids aren't mixed in with that anymore. Like they're my heart, my soul, my happiness. So they used to be a mix. So if I didn't have happiness with my job, then they would get they would feel it. But I was like, nah, bro. They're like, bro, I get emotional just watching them run around. Like yesterday, I was just watching my kids run around in the front deck, and I was just getting emotional. I was like, this is it. This is rich. Like you always see me post on Instagram and stuff, if it's like with my kids and family or like feeling a certain way, I was like, this is wealth. This right here is wealth. I've met so many wealthy people, money-wise, career-wise, who are so unhappy, bro. So unhappy. Like so many. The top of the top echelon people in Hollywood who are so unhappy, who are hiding behind so many curtains. And it's not like, I'm not saying they're bad people. Like, they're just not happy. Where I'm like sitting there watching my kids run around, wrestle each other, hit each other, crack up, cry. And I'm like, bro, this, if I could bottle this feeling up, this is it right here. You know, it's just like, this is rich, this is wealth. Where, yeah, but it'd be good to have a bit of both, brother. You know, well, I mean, I have, you know, but it's like, yeah, I find my joy in my kids and my wife.
Is that the same, finding joy from them? Is it the same as where you get your inspiration now? Is it like, where do you go to for inspiration now?
But I don't find, it sounds weird, but I don't find it in my kids. Like, I don't, it sounds messed up. Like, yeah, sure, I want to show them a better path and I want to give them a great life, but like, it's a me goal. It's a solo goal. Like that's why I've separated my wife and my kids from that mentality, because this is not their thing. They didn't ask for dad to do this. Dad's going to go on a mission and do this. It's like, my drive is myself, bro. Like to be the greatest storyteller, actor there is of our people. Best version of myself. The greatest father, husband. Yesterday I asked my wife, what can I better myself with today? Or like, how can I make myself better? Like, I just want to be that. And this is no one can inspire me to do that. It's just me. So it's, yeah. No, I find inspiration in trying to chase that guy that I want to be. And, you know, I'm not a bad guy, like, but I'm just like, you can always improve. You can always, and me compared to who I used to be, right? Me and my wife always talk about it. I was like, bro, you were so lost. You're so confused. You're so hurt. You're so dark. You know, I feel like I'm a great individual for my wife and for my kids, for my people. But there's always ways you can be better, you know? Yeah. So
That future Beulah, what would he be saying, or what would he be wanting you to do now?
he'd probably be telling me, chill, bro. Chill your ass. Shut your mouth. Don't let your ego talk. Your ego is talking beast. Shut your mouth, man. Just chill and breathe and live in the moment. It's probably what he'd be saying. And he'd probably be lying on his deathbed going, you just need to relax and enjoy everything. And I guess as I'm saying it now, I guess I should. But yeah, that dog in me is loud. Yeah, it's loud, but yeah, life, bro. Life, like you can never see the future. No one can see the future, but just like the future's already set. So yeah.
Beulah, if you could go to younger B, could be that 22-year-old,
Yep.
could even be the 15-year-old that's just about to get into acting. What would you want to say to him, cuz?
I'd say be brave, get ready to change, listen, have an open heart, and be kind. Be kind to people. Be kind to yourself. Be in that fire that you have inside of you, let it burn and let it rip. Let that fire rip everywhere you go. And that fire is not just bad fire, it's good fire. It's just like it's his drive. Yeah, because we live in a world now where I was just talking to one of my little sisters from Massive who's about to do her big Netflix show come out. Aki. Oh, Aki, her name's Aki, I name her. And I was just giving her a boost, going, just reminding her, hey, you're Aki, G. There's no one in the world that is Aki. You know, this show needs you. You know, and the angst stuff. And she was talking just about nervousness. You know, just angst about having a show come out on Netflix and all of that. And I remember that. But that's my sister, G. She's mean, G. She's a weapon, you know. And sometimes instead of going, don't let your fire burn, I'm the opposite. I'm thinking, get that fire and light the whole world on fire, G. Let them know who you are. Let them know your superpower. Don't let anyone diminish it. Be respectful. Be loving as you burn the town down, you know, with your love and your heart and your superpower that you've been given by God. But don't ever let anyone diminish your light, you know. Yeah, that's what I would say to be. Enjoy it. Get ready to get burnt. bring the whole world down with love and light. And listen, be open. He's changed so much, bro. He was so narrow-minded, bro. At 15, I was your classic Southside kid, bro. Super narrow-minded. Yeah, but what a kid. Yeah.
Do you think those messages, even the Beulah that today still needs to hear?
Oh, 1,000,000%. I said it before, bro. Like, there's no adults. You're just older kids who know more things. You know, I 1,000,000% need to chill out, breathe, be open heart, listen to the world, listen to what you think is right. Listen to the world, like just be open to the world. You don't need to listen to everything. Just listen to your heart. And hell yeah, go light up the world, bro. You know, with what God gave me. Yeah, so yeah. That is the exact same advice I would give to myself now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hear you guys. B, my final question. When your kids grow up, you've mentioned your kids a few times in this conversation. When they grow up and for whatever reason they decide to listen or watch this conversation, what is the one thing you'd want them to take away from their father's story?
You got me again. Got me, bastard. You know, there's one thing I want my kids to think about. Isaac, you gonna use this camera? Isaac, Xavier, Mason, and if I have a future kid, you two, I want you to know that your dad tried his freaking best with everything and was relentless. He was loving. He loves your mother with all his heart. He broke the cycle for his whole family. He brought love into this family's heart. And I hope when you guys become adults and have your own kids, that you carry on that legacy and that you go out there and you share love and you be kind to everyone and you look after your family and you always believe in God. Yeah. I get emotional because I didn't have that, G. I didn't have anyone say that to me. So shocked, bro, to have the chance to say that to my kids and maybe show my kids. And I know my kids will see it because they watch everything I do. Yeah, I just want them to know they're loved and I'm a man who loves their mother. All his heart. Loves God and loves them.
I hear you, cousin. I feel you. What do you think? Because did you feel any, I want to keep going now. Did you feel any fear in having your own children?
Yeah, bro. I don't want kids, bro. I don't want kids young because I grew up with no good male role models, bro. You know, so it's just like, that's my biggest fear is that I'm gonna be like every male role model that I had in my life. One of my biggest fears. So, but I know I never will be because I'll just do the exact opposite. Even if I start to teeter down that way, I just come back. I know where not to go. And I know what doesn't lead me to happiness just by looking at them and seeing the example. And I'm glad my kids, they get the complete opposite, bro. My son loves me picking him up from school. Like, loves it. He always asks every day, even though he knows. We have like a thing that we say when I drop them off to school. It's our own little mantra to ourselves. Like, bro, I had none of that. Like, they're my chance to, like, I know what love looks like, G. Like, to another male, like that, just like to my kids, G. And they're experiencing it. And I'm experiencing it with them for the first time, bro, you know? So it's like, yeah, they're my chance to show them what a man can be. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is probably my greatest goal. I'm not a father yet, but it is one of my biggest dreams. It is also definitely my biggest fear. And I'm not even a dad yet, you know? And it's the exact same thing. You don't want to be, because I think it comes back to my next question around this is, what do you think you needed as young Beulah? What do you think he needed from a man?
Just the right guidance. Like correct guidance on how to be a man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, just, bro, because I'm figuring it out on the spot, G, now with my kids. But there was no male role model that taught me how to be a man, G. Like, I didn't even know you're supposed to love your wife, G. Like that, Like, I thought a wife was just like, it's just a wife, that's what she does and has the kids. And I didn't know that she's supposed to be number one. And she's my number one. And my kids know this. Before my kids, I love my wife first. I tell this to my kids. And I always say that, I go, who does daddy love more than you guys? It's terrible. And they go, Mum. But I need my kids to know what love looks like. I need them, because I never saw that, bro. My whole life. Never saw that. I never saw a man give everything to a woman, or respect her, or protect her, or... Now I have that with my father-in-law. He's the best, G. He's my best mate, my wife's dad. I found him way later in life. But I go to him for guidance, for comfort. When I mess up, I go to him. I wish I had, that's it, but that's the answer. I wish I had my wife's dad.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, bro, and he's a tough old Māori fella. Yeah, bro.
But it's one of those questions that I ask myself nearly every day is like, what is a man? What is a good man? What does that mean? What does that look like? It's a question that I constantly battle with.
I think it's a choice, bro. I always say that. I go, what is a good man? I'm like, a good man is a choice. Like, you choose to be a good man. The answer is that. So if I choose, I want to be a good man, no matter what answer comes from there, the direction is, I want to be a good man. Whether that's you become a fighter or a podcaster or actor, all these choices are going towards the choice that you've made. Like I always say, it's a choice to be a good father, a good parent. It's a choice. Because you can have a kid and give up, or not do that, like everyone else in my life. Or you can bite the bullet and choose to be a great parent, Yeah.
B, I never got to have the privilege of doing any massive theatre workshops with you, with Scotty and Theo and all that lot. But bro, just even hearing you today, cuz, don't even really know you, but very proud of you, bro, and hearing your story, cuz it's very, as I say, a young Tanya, it's very, very, there's so many similarities, and even less alone in your own path. You're like, oh, someone else has done it, someone else is doing it. It's very inspiring, cuz, and you're still doing it, even after everything that you've accomplished. And even for yourself, you're probably still like,
not good enough.
Nah, exactly, brother.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
Proud of you, brother. We have a closing tradition on this podcast where the previous guest asks the next guest a question, not knowing who they are. The question for you today, my bro, is, what is something you'd like to work on to be a better person for the ones you love? Oof. Written for you, guys.
What is something I want to do to better myself for the ones I love? My wife would say, pick up after myself. If I see a mess, clean it. That's what she told me yesterday when I said, how can I be better for you? She goes, well, just clean up that mess. I was like, no, like, how can, as a person? I must be doing pretty good as a person, if that's what my wife said. But I reckon, bro, learning to drop the ego around them, learning to drop the big brother, father thing around my wife, the husband thing around my wife, and just be a good human that, yeah. Ego's a weird thing, bro, but it's always there. It's there for everyone. But yeah, learning to drop that and just be there. Be present, bro. Yeah. I left my house today knowing I was coming here, not knowing what I was going to talk about or do, but I just like told my wife, I was like, hey, freaking love you, woman. I love you, just she's my center, my heart. So yeah, learning to drop my ego. Thank you, bro. Thank you for your time as well and having me here. Just so everyone knows, I said no to this guy before, because I wasn't ready. Like I had nothing to talk about and just wasn't ready. And I think there's power in saying no. And now I'm ready, I think we had a great conversation talking about what we need to talk about. But thank you, bro, for giving your time, your energy. I feel it, brother, when you're listening. Guys, I hope God blesses you, bro, and you have many more of these, and this grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And I can't wait to show off to the world even more about you, bro. Yeah, proud of you too, G. Yeah.
My brother, where can the people find you, man? Socials, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I guess find me on social media, Beulah Koale. Oh, I got a coffee business.
Ooh,
yeah, me and my boys.
plug it.
I'm plugging, bro. Me and my boys, Vince Harder and Richie Retimana, we opened up our own coffee business called Coffee, which means coffee in Samoan. And yeah, we're sure we're roasting our own coffee beans, but literally we're trying to tell stories. So we're trying to figure out ways to tell stories of our people and get people who love coffee learning about our people in a fun way. So yeah, find me on that too, on Instagram.
Oh, bro, and whole new challenge as well, moving into the entrepreneurship world as well.
I'm comfortable as, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Don't know what I'm doing, but I feel in the right place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. All right, team. All right, guys, that concludes another episode of The Martin Show. We'll drop Beulah's details below. Make sure you're subscribing to this channel, _The Martin Show right here. We're going to be back next week for another episode. Go show some mana. Go show who you are. Kia ora, thank you.
To do, bro, how we do this.
Yeah, because usually we have Tom here who directs all the videos here, but he's not here today.
Yeah.
I seen you on, is it Silo?
Yes, I'm doing that. Yeah, Reframing the Bridge. And I'm doing an ATC show after that. And a couple of shows, TV shows this year. So I'm on the hustle, bro. I'm back on that good old let's destroy this place.
Oh.
Let's burn the city down.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. I was gonna train. I trained this morning, but yeah, I forgot. My wife was like, you got your son swimming. I was like, shit.
Yeah, when you
I love your videos, bro. All your boxing stuff and you and your brother. Sharp, cuz.
Oh,
sharp. You gotta be fit to have your style.
Yeah. On the toes.
Damn, I was like, bro, I was skipping today for 3 minutes. I was like, bro, look at this fat guy. His calves don't even like
Bro, actually, I remember you liking some of the old videos years ago even.
I love boxing, bro.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
my heart. I wouldn't want to be a boxer. Stuff that life. That's hard, bro. I know what I ain't. I love fighting and I love the art of it. But that life is too hard for me, bro.
Yeah. Have you ever had a bout?
Nah, I've never. Just because of our work.
Yeah,
well,
bro.
that's my excuse, but love to, bro.
Cause
Yeah.
it's
I just want to smash someone, G.
yeah, bro.
And I want to go dark in my mental. I know I just want to be like, how far can you push yourself till you're right on the edge? Because I love training like that too.
Yo.
So, yeah.
It's a different world though, AG.
I love dark, bro. I
Yeah.
dance in the dark. But yeah, that fighting life, nah, bro.
Yeah. It's crazy, brother, that you say that because I've experienced, it's been tough navigating both identities. When I was younger, I was able to do theatre and still box. So I'd still turn up to some shows, bro, black eyes. I'll be all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you get a little bit more serious, or once Shorty started for me,
Yeah, that's it. Well, you can't.
cuz it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then, Yeah, Ed's Edem, he's got this great line. It's like, choose your art.
Yep.
You have to choose your art.
Yeah, it is.
And it's
Yeah, acting seems a lot better, bro.
well, boxing doesn't pay the bills, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
No, amateur boxing anyway. Oh, brother. I hope you get a belt though.
Yeah, bro, I hope I do too. Yeah. Yeah, let's get into this, G.
Beulah
I'm
Koale.
following your lead, brother. All right,
Give me a
God.
hug, cuz.
Yeah. Shot, G.
Oh, gee. Listen, my bro. Privilege. Thank you.
All right, thank you, cuz. Wow, you got me there with that last question. I was like, nah, you ain't gonna get me. I was like, nah, just, you're good, just chill.
How'd you find the overall?
Nah, bro.